Hi, my name's Corey and today we'll be doing a gentle yoga flow. We're not going to be standing up off the floor today, just making sure that you have a cushion and a blanket, and this is perfect for beginners or if you yoga flow before you go to bed to calm your nervous system. You want a So bring yourself onto your back to begin with, and you can bring a blanket under the knees. You could also have a blanket on top of you, a cushion for your head, one under your hips if you'd like. If you just find that your tailbone goes into like the hard floor a little bit too much. And just make sure that you're as comfortable as you can. I really recommend having like cozy clothes and making sure you wear socks here, because we're not going to be doing a lot of grounding, but today is just about kind of thinking about rooting in some like gentle movement for yourself, something that you know that you'll keep coming back to, because that's how good practice comes into play, is when we come back to it all the time because we know that it feels right for us. So come all the way back onto the mat. Again, just adjust where you need to. This is a really good practice if you're just about to go into your period, because we're not going to move very much, or if you're on your period, this would be perfect. Open out the hands and take a moment. Let the feet roll out. If you feel that kind of luteal phase PMSing right now, this would be ideal to calm that nervous system. Have some chamomile tea. Maybe this is perfect when you just go to bed. Just slow down the breath. And think about the breath coming in through the nose, and you feel it come all the way down the spine to the root chakra, to the base of the spine. And then as you breathe out, the breath travels back up the spine, all the way up again. Just try that a few times. And if it just doesn't resonate with you, don't worry about that. Just follow the breath travelling in through the nose, and as that breath travels in through the nose, you may notice it going to the lungs, and that breath travelling outward into each cell of your body as you begin to weigh down further onto the floor. Take long breaths and feel each part of your body weigh further down to the floor. Notice the floor beneath you and maybe your heart rate. Maybe you notice the rhythm of the heart rate. Maybe you can hear it in your ears. The air around you, your bare skin touching the air. Maybe you just notice those things. And you just feel heavier and heavier against the floor. And you can stay here as long as you like. We're going to stay here for a few breaths with some silence. And if that's okay with you, then you can. If you just feel a little bit uncomfortable, you could always just skip through. But I really do recommend staying in this position at the beginning and at the end of this practice, because it is the thing that will root your practice with that sense of calmness that we're going for today. So allow the silence to kind of cradle you, just as the ground, just as the earth cradles you, and let it all go. Let it all go. And finally, letting it go. Begin to feel the awareness around you again of the air around you, the ground underneath you, the tailbone into the ground, the feet into the ground. Just notice those things and bring your breath to put some movement to those toes, movement to the fingertips, and allow your hands to stretch up above your head. Give yourself a big stretch. Just see how it feels to push away from everything. Pull, 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 pull. And then make your way, bring your, that's just a natural occurrence that sometimes happens when you stretch, just yawning and like letting it all go. Bring the blanket from under your knees out. Bring your feet planted to the floor. Just take a moment here. Notice the spine, and you want the spine to be kind of going into the floor from the root all the way down the spine. We don't want to be curving, arching away from the floor. You can't quite tell because I've got a baggy jumper on. We don't want to feel our chest rising. We want to feel connected and completely grounded with the floor. Take a moment with those feet planted to notice the breath. We're going to do 3 very vocal sighs out. So we're going to breathe in, deep sigh out. Breathe in, and then deep sigh out. And finally breathe in, sigh out. Allow the breath to just kind of flow freely through the nose. Be in its natural rhythm. And then bring the right knee to the chest. Squeeze that right knee to the chest and just do some ankle rolls to one side. And the other way. And then begin to bring that movement into the knee. You can feel the hip beginning to move there as your knee does some circles. Stretch the foot out as you go, bring it back in, bend and straighten that knee. And it doesn't matter if your hips kind of lift up off the floor, if your sides of your back lift up off the floor. Just see how that movement feels today. And then the other direction. And finally plant that foot onto the floor, other side. And bring in all those movements to the left leg now. And lift the leg. And bring the feet back together. Take a moment here, lift the hands when you're ready. Feel your energy in your fingertips. Take a moment here. We're then going to lift the hands up and just do some wrist circles one way and then the other way. See if you can push your hands, stretch out your fingers, push, 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 push. Then make your hands into fists. Bring your hands back out again, your fingertips out. Bring your hands into fists. Bring the fingertips out. Push like you're pushing into the floor. Bring upside down. Bring the hands above the head. Bring them back up again. Bring the feet up. So then you're in this kind of funny position with your knees are in a right angle and your whole spine is connected to the floor, and you feel an engagement of your core. So your core your belly button should be going towards the floor here. So you should be able to feel like the gravity of everything's pulling down. And then we're going to slowly, with control, bring the right hand down, the left toe comes down to the floor, bring it back up. Do it again to see how it feels. Try and make it as slow as possible, with control. Four. And 5. Try and hold it. Just see how it feels to hold it. Come back up. Bring it onto the other side. Left hand comes down, right toe comes down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it in your 5th one. Just see how it feels. You can always come out of it if you need to. Bring the feet all the way down. Bring the hands all the way down. I promise. That was the hardest thing I think you're going to do in this whole practice. Bring yourself to a seated position. Bring it so your feet are planted on the floor. Take a moment. And then we're going to bring the crown of the head towards the sky. Really straighten that spine, nice and straight. Fold forward over those bent knees. Forehead comes to the knees. Way down into those knees. Every exhale you fold further over those legs. And then make your way back up. I'm just going to shift back a little bit, and we're going to straighten one leg and keep one leg bent. Now you could straighten that one and keep this where it is. The most important thing is that both your feet are active, so with your toes coming to the towards you. But if you know that you have a little bit more mobility in this knee, you could bring that knee a little bit closer to you. We're going to then hug that right knee. Kind of bring your chest up, our crown of our head's coming up, and then we're twisting towards that right knee. See how it feels. Take a moment. Don't crank the neck all the way back. We're just seeing how it feels here. Nice, gentle movement. Breathe in. Straighten that spine. Breathe out. Twist a little bit further. And then when you're ready, come back to center. Bring the left leg up, right leg comes down. You don't have to have this leg completely straight, but just try and have it as straight as you can have it. Take a moment, breathe through the nose, straightening that spine, bringing the crown of the head towards the sky, twist towards that bent leg. You're kind of holding it, this is your anchor, you're holding it, helping you keep your spine nice and straight. Bring yourself back to center. Bring the feet together, and they can have bent knees or they can have straight legs. Take a moment here to think about your root of your spine, your tailbone, your root chakra really being planted to the floor here. Then you can bring your hands either side of you. It might actually be quite hard to get your hands either side of you if you've got a long torso and short legs. You might find that your arms aren't quite long enough, and you could always maybe put a cushion, your blocks there. I can reach the floor. I do not need the blocks, but if that is something that you find, you may benefit from having just like a book there or something, just to help you reach the floor a little bit more and feel nice and secure and grounded. This is Dandasana, your staff pose. Breathe in, feel that nice straight spine. See if you can walk the feet out a little bit more. They don't have to be dead straight or anything, just see if you can walk them out a little bit more. And then see if you can walk the hands down so the belly comes towards the thighs. Nice straight spine still, we're not curving in. Nice straight spine here. And then push back up. Take a moment here. And then make your way back onto your back. One more movement here. We're going to bring the knees towards the chest. We're going to bring the arms out either side of us. Now you can have them in goal pose if you are very limited in space like me, or you could stretch them out if you'd like to. You're going to bring the knees to one side. See if they land. If they don't land, it's not a big deal. Now if you have a cushion, so I have this cushion here. So if you have a cushion, or maybe you have a block, like this one, you could put that down and then you could bring the knees to the block. Open up the twist a little bit further. Stay in here for as long as you'd like, and you can always look towards the opposite hand to where your legs are. Take a moment here. Bring yourself back up. Bring the knees back up and switch over where your blocking cushion are. I am limited on space on this side, so I really struggle to get my legs over. But if you can, try and get your legs all the way to the other side onto your block/cushion. Look towards the opposite hand. Let that breath flow freely, and you may feel a shift in your spine. Come back up. Take as many moments as you'd like right now. Bring the feet down. Bring the hands down. Bring the feet down. Come back into your Shavasana. Have a cushion to go over your head. Bring your blanket, either if you're on top of you, it can go behind the knees. I'm going to put mine behind the knees. It feels so nice to have something cradling that space rather than the knees kind of floating. Bring my hands towards the floor and just begin to feel that weight come all the way through the body. Each exhale, you fall deeper and deeper into relaxation. Breathing in through the nose and letting it out. Each part of your body just relaxes a little bit further. The weight of your shoulders relaxes. The jaw relaxes. The space between your eyebrows relax. You feel the breath travel through the nose and all the way down to each fingertip as it relaxes, each part of the foot as it relaxes. When you're ready, make your way up to seated. You could bring your knees to the chest, rock to your favourite side, and slowly push your way up. You can also stay in Shavasana if you don't really want to get out of it. You could always turn the video off, stay in it as long as you'd like, as long as you need it. But if you are up and you're ready to go, bring your hands to your heart centre. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you for coming to class today. I recommend to save this practice for like before bed, or if you're in your luteal or menstruating phase of your cycle. I also think that this would just be perfect if you're just having one of those days where you need a bit of space and you need a little bit of time to just kind of look inwardly and have some gentle movement. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more, and also check out my social medias as well as my website and my blog. See you later!